Happy solstice! Yes, the solstice is upon us. And for some of us, that represents our new year. We're pretty happy about it all. This year, the solstice is on Thursday, the 21st, December 21st, and it'll come into existence around 10:57 p.m. or something like that, Eastern Time. So, yeah, we're really close. And so the solstice is the return of the light. The solstice is where we celebrate the days getting longer again. It might only be a minute or two, but they're getting longer. And for a lot of us, especially those of us who suffer from seasonal affective disorder, we can really feel the difference or the mood shifts. And even though we haven't even begun winter yet, because of course the solstice represents winter, first day of winter, um, for some reason it just feels way more glorious than that. I personally am not a winter fan, even though I'm a winter baby. I was born in January, but I hate the cold. I hate the snow. There are no winter sports that interest me whatsoever. However, I am always happy when the solstice comes, even though, we've been having very mild weather here in Toronto. It's been very mild. It was really, really cold the other day. Like we had a cold snap back to what it should be. But today I was out running errands, and yeah, I was surprised at how mild it is. And it's going to be mild a little while longer, and then we'll be paying for all that mild weather. Because we always do. We always have to pay. So I just wanted to hop on and wish everyone a wonderful solstice and also share a tarot reading with you. I pulled a card to represent the coming year, the lovers. Of course, it's all because of the green screen. It looks very bizarre. Um, I always think it's kind of cool how the cards look with the green screen, how you can kind of see through them, but not. It's just a regular tarot card. So I pulled the lovers, like I shuffled and blindly pulled. I didn't like pick it out. Uh, so I pulled the lovers card as what's going to happen over 2024. I asked, what is going to happen? What's the energy for 2024? What can we expect? What should we hope for or dream of, or are things getting better, getting worse? For me, 2023 was a rather difficult year because my father died exactly a year ago. And so the whole year has been struggling with all that. Starting, of course, with just the whole trauma of the sudden and unexpected death that I witnessed. And then moving into determining care for my mother who has late stage Alzheimer's, and he was taking care of her, and all the bullshit that goes with all this, like a will and powers of attorney, and what do we do with the this and that, and so on. So it's been a very complicated year, and next year will be complicated as well for me because of how things are, laws and legalities and such. So I wouldn't say I had the worst year of my life, but it was definitely not a year I ever expected to have. I've never thought. I learned a lot this year, and as I keep saying to my brother, we've learned a lot, but we'll never need to know this shit again. So there you go. We learned it, and then we'll forget it. Anyways, so I hope the rest of you had a better year, and I hope we all have a very powerful and auspicious year coming up. So the six of lovers. The lovers is a six, and the lovers card is actually a shadow of the devil card, which is a six, so 666, and then there's all the sixes, six of swords, six of wands, six of cups, six of pentacles, all factor into when you pull a major arcana like the lovers or the devil. You have to think about all those pieces fitting together to create the tarot reading, which is why we study for so many years, and the studying never stops. I'm always reading up on the various cards and different interpretations, because I know how I learned cards for 3 years studying with someone. I learned their way of interpreting and kind of, understanding the symbols, the numerology, the astrology of the card. But then I always like to see other people. And back when I was learning cards, there was nothing on the internet about tarot and that. But now you can Google any card and just thousands of pages come up. So it's been really cool for me to see all the types of interpretations. But at the end of the day, the cards are pretty much the same. The lover's card is the lover's card, and no matter what deck you're using or how you're coming at it or interpreting it, the knowledge of the card, the symbols of the card, the meanings of the card for personal work or for divination work do are relatively the same. I mean, whether it's six of dragons or six of clouds or whatever deck you're using, um, the lover's card should always kind of represent the same sort of stuff. So what the hell is that? What is the lover's card? So how I'm seeing I made some notes. I was thinking about it before I turned on the camera. So how I'm looking at the lover's card as a card for all of us, anyone who's watching this video, as our kind of card moving into 2024, I see it as an opportunity for balance and for harmony. Things like communication are greatly highlighted. So whether you're single or in a relationship or in many relationships, communication is key, and we all say that all the time. And with the six is a number of socializing and being in tune with the community and the arts and connections, making connections. And also, I've over the years I've learned that six is also a number of singing in the shower. So, so with the lovers, so we have a lot of these wonderful things about harmony and communication. So communication can be good, and you should make it good. You should really work on your communication. All of us can, and all of us will. We're more connected than ever before in the world, and yet there are even more opportunities for communication breakdown. Whether it's technology or just how we're functioning or not functioning. We have waves of illnesses coming and going, and dealing with situations that are unprecedented. And I know I hated hearing that word a lot a couple of years ago, but it's true. And we're moving into more unprecedented times because we're humans living our lives, and we're living our lives and we don't know what's next. But so we're trying to figure it out. So the lovers would represent things like relationships, of course, because it's the lovers, and choices you have to make. Choices it's always interesting when people get the lovers like at a party or something, and it's, oh, lovers, oh, do you have a lover? You're gonna get a lover and all that. You can make it fun and stuff. But however, diving a little deeper into the lovers card, it is relationships. The picture is Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, the angel looking over with the fiery wings. You got the snake and the apple and all the things, and there's little mountain in the background, and so it's a lot deeper dive that, oh, lovers, connections, communication. um it's a card about choices. Do you choose to continue on with this lover? Do you choose to cheat on your lover? Do you choose to not be with that person anymore? And then to go into a bigger picture, especially for those who have no relationships with a lover or have no lovers, again, it's about choices. What choices are you making to better your life, or better someone else's life? I'm looking at 2024 will be a year of choices. And I know in the United States, there'll be the choices of another election. Did it ever stop? Oh my God, you Americans must get so exhausted with the endless campaigning. It seems like ever since I was born, I've been seeing election campaigns on the TV set. It never stops. Here in Canada, you're only allowed to, supposedly only ever allowed to campaign for 1 month or something like that, even though um, our conservative dude, Pierre Poilievre, seems to be taking a page from the Trump archives and is endlessly campaigning like for months and months now. And it's exhausting. But anyway, so choices. You may have to choose at the ballot who you want. And those people that like Trump, you may have to write it in on the ballot. You may choose to write him in if you don't like the offerings that your party has. And we don't know what those offerings are yet because it's only December 20. Well, I'm making this December 20th, but it'll be the 21st when you see it. So you're thinking of choices. So you have the choices of commitment, the choices of partnerships. How committed are you to anything you're doing, not necessarily to other people, but even to yourself? What is your commitment to yourself? And what are your new commitments going to be? I mean, you could say that's New Year's resolutions, but really it's about taking the power of gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, and making some commitments to yourself, commitments that aren't crazy, that'll make you, and I mean by crazy, I mean, don't give commitments to yourself that there's no way you can keep. And you want a challenge for yourself. You want to reach some new benchmarks and kick some things off the bucket list, but you also don't want to feel like a failure or feel like you can never measure up or feel like a loser or that you can never reach your goals. So have different levels of your commitment, like your commitment to your health or your commitment to, okay, I'm going to write a book this year, or your commitment to, I need to change my job, or and so on. So you can have little commitments like, okay, I'm committed to, I'll only have dessert once a week. You know what I mean? So you can look at these different types of commitments that you can make. You're committed to the family council at the high school, or committed to a new relationship and you're not going to cheat anymore, all these types of things. Um, so the lovers card, because, they are lovers, Adam and Eve, is a card about passion. It's having passion for your projects, having passion for your life. Do you wake up every morning like, I like my life? Do you wake up liking your life, or do you get up crying every day because you hate your job, you hate your life, you're cold, you're miserable, you can't feed your animals or whatever. So again, think about your passions and your passion projects and how you'll be able to move those forward in 2024, and maybe creating some new passions, new hobbies, new interests, new routines that will bring passion to you, that drive the passion up. So you have passion for living and enjoying your life, and the passion for gratitude. The Lover's card is also about balance, and the Six of Pentacles card literally has a man holding, that Libra scale of balance to keep things balanced. So this coming year, focus on balance in your life. Again, you can put that to health, to your own body. You can put the balance between work and play, balance between sleeping and awake. There's more and more research all the time about the value of sleep and how, and even with myself, I had a little health scare earlier this year. And, well, not this year, but like in September, I had a bit of a health scare and I went to the doctor about blood pressure, and I don't want to go on blood pressure pills yet, but my blood pressure, I've had a rough year. And her thing was, and I keep reading about it, and I know you all know it too, sleep. So get sleep. Sleep will actually bring down the blood pressure. And I've noticed that on the days that I've listened to myself and listened to her, and actually try to go to sleep when I'm tired, because I've been running on a lot of nervous energy the last few years. But so I have to sleep when I'm tired. My blood pressure actually does go down, and I get a better balance in my life. I'm not going to drop dead in a minute. I can get things done, and then some of you maybe, young parents and as such. It's hard to find balance because you're running on the treadmill, you're going to work, you're raising children, you're taking them to all the classes, you're doing all these things. There's food scarcity, there's housing scarcity. It's hard to find the balance, so you need to pull into yourself and take care of yourself first. It's like the airplane with the mask. You need to find yourself and get yourself grounded and balanced somehow, so that you can provide a balanced life for those around you. And you may or may not be able to count on other people to help you. And the sad thing I've learned in life is that there really is nobody but ourselves. There isn't. You really need to count on yourself for everything. And then if anyone wants to help you, you actually have a spouse who cares about you, or parents, children, and so on. That's just icing on the cake. That's just extra, extra goody, good stuff. But in the meantime, you need to do the hard work yourself of finding your own balance, finding your own passion, and your own enthusiasm, and your own commitments. What are you committed to? 2024 is a crossroads. The lover's card can also mean you're at a crossroads. You have some choices to make. Eve offering the apple to Adam, and what? That's a crossroads. Should he bite the apple because his wife already ate it, or should he ignore it? So this is showing crossroads. And again, for a lot of us, we are facing a lot of crossroads. I mean, every day, every minute, we're all making decisions and stuff. But 2024 will have some major crossroads. And those who are more into metaphysical ideas, those of us that are practicing metaphysical things and working with spirit guides and things, there is a lot of movement going on, and there is a lot of crossroads. A lot of us will be facing in this age of Aquarius moving forward. It's a powerful year. And big decisions to make. The lovers can represent partnerships. You'll go into business with someone, or maybe you get married, or just have a partnership. Well, let's start an eBay store or something, right? A lot of opportunities for partnerships. So those are all very positive things. And then a couple of the negative things that can happen with the lovers is disharmony. So whereas we usually think of the lovers and all the sixes as harmonious things, balancing, compassion, energy, enthusiasm, then there's the whole disharmony, things going wrong, things not happening as you hoped or wanted them to, or how you thought you set them up to be. Then there's also the imbalance because of that, right? And then another thing too that comes up with the lover's card, which I usually don't say at parties because you're there to have fun, but the lover's card can represent temptations of the heart, temptations of the flesh, temptations of the mind. So in other words, cheating on your partner. And other types of temptations, that the lover's card is more about cheating on your partner. But if you get bigger about your commitment to yourselves and trying to find the balance, are you cheating yourself out of an opportunity where you may have had balance, or maybe a better job or better life, because you're not reading the signs, or you're being lazy or procrastinating, or you just don't care? So those are kind of the cautions of the lover's card, the temptations. And certainly with the devil card reflecting into the lover's card, the devil card represents always temptation. That's the number one thing the devil reminds us of is temptation. Come, there's sex and drugs and rock and roll and partying, cheating, infidelity, kinkiness, and all these ideas. And then the devil card can also represent being stuck in a rut, chained to your desires, obsessions, um, maybe being trapped in an abusive situation, whether it's a romantic relationship or parental or a boss, things like that. So you may have those types of situations to overcome in 2024 as well. And usually, when it comes to things like the ideas that the devil card can bring to us, it's usually not news. It's usually not a surprise. You're usually well aware that you're in hell. And so this is your opportunity to try and break free of the chains of desires, the chains of obsessions, the chains of conflicts, of not having compassion, of not having empathy for your fellow people, but trying to open your heart and mind to have more compassion and empathy for others so you can help others to make commitments and help others with their passion projects and help others make their difficult choices that they're going to have to face this year. So at any rate, in case you need a recap, happy solstice. I pulled the lover card for all of us to influence our new year, 2024. And certainly go down the rabbit hole on Google and see what the lover's card means to you and how does it speak to you. I'm not going to get all like, oh, you clicked on this video, so therefore the lover's card is yours. No, I'm not playing that game. However, there are messages in the cards for all of us. And I always say, and how I've always approached tarot card reading or fortune telling of any kind or divination, whatever words you want to use, it's pull out the ideas that resonate with you. It doesn't matter what I think or what I even say. I'm just saying words and interpretations that I know of. I'm just a conduit, but it's for you to understand what you want to take away from the reading or the tarot card. What words, what buzzwords spoke to you, and if you're going to move forward with some of those ideas that may have resonated with you. You don't have to resonate with all of them. Maybe just one thing resonated with you, and that's all what the tarot is. It's just self-exploration, opening your mind and trying to see situations in a different light, in a new light, and coming from a place of compassion and empathy towards your fellow humans. All right. So that's my happy solstice message. Blessed solstice. And we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.